Welcome back to another episode of the Bolton RTG. It's start of season 7, if I'm not mistaken, where we have Europa League football after winning the FA Cup last season against Manchester City. We failed the Carabao Cup against Arsenal. We failed to get in the top 5 because we suck, and honestly, I think we finished 9th, ended up finishing 9th in the league, which was kind of where we were the season before that in the first season back in the Premier League. So yeah, they want us to actually win the Europa League. They also want us to win the Premier League and the FA Cup, which is all doable. It is all doable, and with 172 million to boost the squad up a little bit more, as long as we don't sell players, somebody like Evan Ferguson might be on the way out. If somebody comes in for him that's very good, that has Champions League football to offer him, then that could happen for pretty much anyone, especially Ferguson, João Neves, Consayo, Shada, I guess, Bradley. I don't see Bradley leaving. So yeah, we'll see what we can do in the transfer window. We have 172 million to spend, and I don't really know what to do with it. And the first player gone is Deadwood, and Joshua Bates gone to Anderlecht for 13.4 million. Say goodbye to him. Look who has a pre-gen. Erling Haaland, 29 years old, whose contract is expiring. Mr. Matty Jacobson, who's also at Manchester City, has the pre-gen. Is the pre-gen for Erling Haaland, an 87 rated striker, 94 sprint speed, or 94 acceleration, 96 sprint speed, 84 stamina, 96 strength, 88 reactions. His attack position is only 82. His finishing is 87, 91 ball control, 85 long shots, 84 heading accuracy. He would cost up to 100 million. And honestly, I'm half tempted to say I can sign pre-gens, not regens. Because holy cow, this guy, even though he's 5'9" and not the 6'5", he is obviously Erling Haaland's pre-gen. Also on my transfer list, we have a backup option for Hector Fort. Technically, this was Koulibaly, who's kind of been here. I don't know if we're going to go after him. We have a midfielder by Bryce Hodgson, who I don't think is good enough, but his stats honestly don't look bad for a 18-year-old 70-rated midfielder. We also have Kemal Demir, who looks like he might be going on his way to Leipzig. He actually is just joining Leipzig, so we probably won't go after him either. And then we have a center back that is a free agent that is Netherlands. Now, he's not actually Virgil van Dijk's regen. I don't know whose regen he is, because Virgil van Dijk's regen is already 85 or 86 rated. So this isn't Virgil or VVD's regen at all. So we could look to bring him in. Defense awareness at 79. His strength is at 96, which is actually insane. And I'm half tempted to bring him in, but we got to bring him in before Stade Bestas brings him in. And then we got to pay 40-50 million in for him. Do we bring him in is the real question. And do we realistically bring in Jacobson? This is who we was playing against last season. This is who Haaland got subbed off for Jacobson. So he was already here last season. Wow. And then also Bakayoko, his contract is expiring. We're keeping a close eye on him as well, just in case, because he was always an option. He was actually an option to replace Francisco Consayo when he tore his ACL that first season, 2 seasons ago. And we go ahead and sign the Netherlands free agent that is not Virgil van Dijk's regen, so we are perfectly fine to bring him in. I don't know whose regen it is. I'm going to look at his birthday and see who it is, maybe. But welcome to the club, Baker. 84 overall, 17-year-old. He will join the squad. Will he be in the starting 11? The answer is probably yes. He could probably replace Lucas in that starting 11, to be completely honest. Welcome to the squad. Signing number 1 done, technically. And we haven't spent a single dime. And we say goodbye to Lucas. We no longer need his services. The Netherlands center back will go ahead and replace him. And then Jensen is obviously on the bench, will remain as a backup. Liam Lucas, goodbye. 44.7 million we get for you. Your service here at the club is done. And honestly, you weren't bad, but it was your time was over. We are going to go ahead and do something different here to try and bring in a former player of ours, Thomas Avias. Obviously, we sold him to Brighton a couple of years ago because he just wasn't doing it for us. He wasn't growing. And boy, did he grow over the course of these last couple of seasons. 88 overall now from Brighton. We are going to look to bring him in. We're going to have to offer his market value of 73.5 million. see what the boys say there from the Seagulls. Obviously, Brighton have no European football. We have all the European football. They want 79. We can do 75. See what they say. They'll probably accept it, to be honest, and that's exactly what they do. 180K per week, and welcome back to the club, Thomas Avias. You will be the new #1 center back. The other center back we just brought in on the free will be the backup. Jensen will also be the backup as well. So 2 backups. And we no longer need Cabrasi as well, so we could probably look to offload Cabrasi. Avias and Kivior will be our 2 main center backs as long as Kivior stays. We are going to go ahead and bring in this young center mid, Bryce Hassan. We're going to bring him in. He's 18 years old, 70 overall. He looks very good on the ball, to be fair. But we're going to bring him in and then instantly try and loan him out for the season, because he probably won't get much first-team football or much football at all this season. So we'll try and loan him out, see if he can grow over the course of the season. But welcome to the club. You are now a Bolton player for free. We are going to go ahead and bring in, or look to bring in, Lucas McAlood as a backup left back for the Kuiper. I don't actually think we have a backup left back. I know we have Hector Ford as a backup right back that's been sitting on our reserves. Don't know if we have a backup left back that's good. We do have Elise, but he's not good enough. This guy's younger and already probably, actually he is better than Elise. So for Seni Mayulu, who we no longer need no more because of Mr. Sudakov, we are going to go and accept this deal and look to bring in Lucas McAlood. And for only 2.3K a week, welcome to the club, Mr. Lucas. Backup left back, signing number 3 of the season. This is more than what I thought I was going to do, to be honest. I thought I was going to have to replace players. I don't have to replace really anyone yet. We say goodbye to Pal Cabrasi for 14 million on his way to Fulham. We no longer need his services. And we also say goodbye to Elise. Literally, we don't need his services. His contract was expiring. And this is actually Bryce Halson going out on loan first. Elise should be right behind him. It was the same time, and there it goes. Elise sold to Crystal Palace for 8.4 million. We say goodbye to him. Juventus are in the Champions League, which if you don't know, you obviously don't know. But Juventus are in the Champions League, and we get a transfer offer from Juventus for Joao Neves. So we could look to be offloading Joao Neves here. We're not going to just play and just accept anything. We're going to bully the heck out of him, try and get as much money as possible, because I really don't want to lose Joao Neves. He's a fantastic player. He's one of the best signings we've ever made. We are going to have to force them to pay 195 million. That's what we're going to start off with, see what they say, and they walk out instantly. I mean, if you're not going to play it, then don't play it. Simple as that. And then Kivior has been getting a lot of transfer offers. I don't know why, but if we he's 30 years old now. Holy cow. He's 30 years old. Okay, well, he might be forcing his way out of the club soon. Well, we might be forcing his way out of the club soon. Han, we're not going to let go. Lewis Potter, we're not going to let go either. First game of the season, and of course, it's against Manchester City in the Community Shield only. We are going to jump into this game. We are going to play with our full-string team here. We have Shada, Ferguson, Norton as a starting right wing, Sudakov as a starting cam, Kokshu, Neves, Bradley, Avias, Kivior, De Kuiper, Blake, Lewis Potter, Conshayo, Bergval, Han all on the bench. We are also not going to put anybody else on the bench because we can't. Let's get into the game. Let's see what the boys can do here at Wembley. See if we can start the season off on a relatively high note. Erling Haaland down the byline. Erling Haaland now initially stopped by De Kuiper, but into Matt O'Reilly. Back to Haaland and Kivior. Haaland, Reed with the first save. Reed as the captain now as the club. Out wide, Norton. Down to Bradley. Crossed in, back post for Shada. He gets up, but over the bar as well. Joao Neves, Ferguson, in towards Sudakov. And Sudakov! Believe it or not, with him being here for a whole half a season, that's his first goal I scored with him in that half of a season now. Bolton 1, Manchester City 0. O'Reilly, oh my lord, O'Reilly, that was beautiful. It's Avias chasing it down. Rodrigo getting past both Avias and Bradley and Reed. And that might be goal of the season already that I've conceded. It's 1-1, and they get a kickoff goal. but this was beautiful. He gets past Bradley, or he gets past Avias, then gets past Bradley. Avias tried to come back, just couldn't do so. Gets past Reed, slots it in the back of the net. 1-1. Matt O'Reilly, Kivior, Kokshu, Holland. It'll fall to Holland, into Doyle, and Manchester City will take the lead. 2-1. Norton, still with Norton. Out wide to Evan Ferguson. 2-2. We draw a level here, 61 minutes in. Wholesale of changes here. Pretty much nearly everyone. All changes that we can make. Let's see. We can actually go through it here. We have Lewis Potter, Blake, and Conshayo on. Bergval, Hanen on in the midfield. And then Baker on as center back instead of Kivior. Cross in. It's a beautiful cross. It's a beautiful finish. Man City have the lead again. It's Rodri to put in the back of the net. Lewis Potter crossed in. Bergval straight to the keeper, and that's going to be game over. We're going to lose the Community Shield, but it's some good football under our boots to kick this season off here. A 3-2 loss is fine, but we've got to move on now. And seeing as we didn't really do too much transfer business, we're going to go ahead and add a second to this episode here against Nottingham Forest to kick our Premier League season campaign under the way. It's the same exact starting 11 as we started against Manchester City. Norton still outdoing Francisco Conshayo on that right-hand side. See what the boys got. Kick this season off. See if we can make a title charge somehow. A top 4 charge is realistically the aim for these boys this time. We want top 4 for these boys as long as these boys stay together. Crossed in. Evan Ferguson. In towards Ron Neves, and that's a beautiful finish, and we finally have that breakthrough. 1-0 to Bolton. It seemed like it was never going to come, but it came, and boy, did we take it. 1-0 to Bolton, and Ron Neves, who could be on his way out still this summer. Pafundi, Kane, 1-1. The fact that this is level is near criminal. Ron Neves just got two-footed by Moise Keane. Surely that's a red card. Surely that is a red card. You just got two-footed, and that is a red card. Moise Keane, goodbye. That's just absolutely unacceptable. Like, look at this. He literally two-foots him from behind. Oh, my Lord. Sudakov will lose the ball, and that will be halftime. Going to the break level here, but Nottingham Forest are down to 10 men. Norton over the top for Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson is in behind. Evan Ferguson, saved by Barrios, out for a corner. Oh, and I was muted during that. Okay, well, we draw 1-1. That's fine. It ends 1-1. When we come back next episode, we have Sheffield United. We also have Millwall in the Carabao Cup, where we're not going to look to win it as hard as we did last season. But if we do win it, that would be nice to get that trophy checked off the list. And then we also have Manchester United in our first Big Six game of the season. So we'll go ahead and go through that. And we also have Manchester City. We might play a double Manchester team. We might skip past Sheffield United in all honesty. But for now, that's going to be the end of this episode. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And we'll be back with another episode tomorrow. Maybe. We'll find out. Peace out.